Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do a quick tutorial for the Ninebot Max G30 speed unlock using the scooter hacking tool online, which basically just use the SHMAX as the example because basically and this is a popular demand, so a lot of people asking how to do that, and I look online. I think there's no video tutorial to show you how to do it. Basically it's very straightforward. I figured this out myself. So anyway, you of course go to the website. This is the website here. You just go there, and then there's three scooters. Of course you're gonna pick the G30, and then of course there's a warning disclaimer. Again, read this yourself, do it at your own risk. Again, this is not my responsibility if you do something wrong. Anyway, you can continue, and then this is what it looks like. So basically, first of all, you can read this yourself. You can go to the website yourself, but I'm gonna show you quickly about the SHMAX and what some of these settings mean. So you go to preset. So there's a few that you can choose from. You can look at it yourself, but we're gonna just focus on the SHMAX. So you click this, you just click once, and then of course there's some more settings that you can play with. But again, if you don't know the settings or you don't know what it is, don't change it. The safest bet is just pick one of the preset, but of course I'm gonna pick SHMAX. So once you click SHMAX, then you can click basics. So these are some of the settings that you can change. So just leave this one, and again you can read this yourself. And then this one is just remove the charging mode. This is something more advanced for non-official external battery. So again, don't check it. And then this one, yeah, you want to check this one, version spoofing. And then this one, I always check this. This is always a plus. Um, but it's your own option. This is, I highly recommend this. Showing battery percentage on idle. So basically very straightforward. You just show your battery percentage when the speed is lower than 2 kilometers per hour or something like 1 mile per hour. So basically whenever the scooter is on and is stopped, you can see it will show you the battery percentage. So very useful information. And then I just leave this alone. Then you can go to power and speed. So this is where you're gonna change the speed settings. Of course, I think the original default is 25A, but in SHMAX is set to 35A. Of course, you can change this yourself, but again, do it at your own risk. If you go higher, is more, probably more power, but again, you're gonna have more risk if you go higher. Again, the stock setting is 25. You can always feel free to go back to 25 or anywhere between 25 and 35. Some people recommend 30, some people recommend even like 28. It's up to you, but the SH Max is 35A, so that's why I'm not gonna touch it. You don't have to touch these two. This one is just the drive mode and the eco mode. Basically almost no one drive with these two modes, so you can leave that alone. So what most people drive is it's sport mode. I drive sport mode 100% of the time. And then the next setting is the current limit, sport mode. I think this is the same as the stock. Basically, what's just the maximum current limit. So the in sport mode is set at 55A. So as you can see, it's always higher than your actual. This is the maximum. Your actual is gonna be lower. Again, you don't want to change this because it's very risky to do that. And of course, no, you don't have to change drive and eco. I think some people change drive to the stock setting, but it's up to you. And then of course, this one is the max speed. So this is for stock. I think it's somewhere around 33 kilometers per hour, something like that, or maybe like 20 miles per hour. For the SH Max is set all the way to 45 kilometers per hour or something like, I think this is around like 30 miles per hour. But of course your scooter won't go 45 kilometers per hour or 30 miles per hour. This is just what is set at 45, but your scooter won't go that fast. But anyway, this is what the SH Max is set as, so just leave it at 45. This one is, again, this is some more advanced setting. I wouldn't touch that. This is like direct power control or something else. I mean flat, or this thing over here, quadratic. Just I just leave it alone, flat. And then this one, current rising coefficient, is just, the higher the number, the faster the acceleration. I mean, not faster, it's kind of like the reaction time. So how fast the scooter gonna accelerate, is it have a less reaction time? So the higher the faster, basically. Some people change to lower, so that, I mean, for beginner, lower is better. But anyway, I just leave it alone. This is the SHMAX preset anyway. And then the next one is the motor start speed. So this is the kickstart function. You can always change this yourself, or you can just leave it alone. For SHMAX, it's set at 2 kilometers per hour. I'm not sure about the stock, maybe it's around the same, but for me, I would change it to maybe 1 kilometer per hour, or even 0 kilometer. Zero means zero start. So the stock Ninebot Max, it doesn't have zero start, but the E series and the ES series has it. But this one, again, I think it's safe to change this yourself. It won't damage the motor. But of course, no one gonna pick 10 kilometers per hour, so it's up to you. But for the SX Max, it's set at 2. And then the next one is braking and energy recovery. So this one I just leave it alone. You can read this yourself. Again, this one you can read this yourself. And then this one I always leave it checked. The SHMAX picked this as well, so the scooter won't start braking on its own when the motor is not active. So basically, this is kind of like removing the regenerative braking, something like that. It is actually safer to not have the regenerative braking, especially if you're going at higher speed or downhill, because it might burn your fuse or burn your motor, something like that. It's just better to have this option. Again, I'm not changing this. And then this one, similar as above, changing the current raising coefficient. I'm not gonna change that. This one is just a brick like flash frequency. It's up to you to change it or not. I'm not gonna change it. And then next one, cruise control. Of course, this is the default, is 5 seconds. Here you can disable cruise control and disable the cruise control beep. It's up to you. I don't check this, of course, and in fact I actually changed this to 4 seconds or maybe even 3 seconds, so that I don't, if you like cruise control, you want to set it lower, but you don't want to be 1 second or 2 second. But default is 5. You can change it to 10. It's up to you. And then the last one is advanced. This one I wouldn't touch this. Again, you can read this yourself. And then I always check this, no overspeed alarm. I think the Ninebot Max will, again, here is set it by itself. If it goes over 35 kilometers per hour or somewhere around 22 miles per hour, there will be an alarm, overspeed alarm. I think most of you heard that already. If you go down a steep hill, I would always check that because it's quite annoying. I don't need that. So this is a very useful feature that, again, doesn't affect the motor at all. The next one is stay on when scooter is locked. I don't check this, but it's up to you. This one I wouldn't touch it as well. This one is just the wheel size. You can change it, but I don't recommend changing it. And then that's pretty much it. And then once you're done, I mean, if you just pick the if you just click SHMAX and you trust it and you don't know anything else, you are just a beginner, you don't have to touch anything, then basically you can skip everything and then you just click here. And for me, I would pick this one. Scooter hacking utility is an app. If you have an Android, I'm not sure about iPhone or Apple. There's an app for that on Android. You just download that app on your phone, and then you just, for this website, this is of course on your PC, and then you just click that, and then you click download zip once you're done. But of course, you're free to change any of these settings, but do it at your own risk. But some of these, they don't have any risk at all, such as just a no overspeed alarm. It won't damage anything. But again, feel free to read every single thing yourself on this website over here. But again, once you're done, you just click this. After that, once you download the file, you just put the file on your phone, on your Android phone, and then on your phone, of course, you have to have these scooter hacking utility app, and then you just turn on your Bluetooth and GPS location, and then turn on your scooter, and then you just, just like the official app, you just connect to your scooter, and then you go to your app, your scooter hacking utility app, and then you just click the flash button. Of course, you pick your file, you pick the file that you download, and then you just flash it, and then it's all done. And I think it might ask you to downgrade. First, you have to downgrade your firmware, and you just click OK. After that, you can, install this, and then after the flash is done, which is around 30 seconds, then it's all set. So anyway, this is the tutorial, and my recommendation. I think the SHMAX is relatively safe. I wouldn't say the most safe. The most safe is not to do anything. Of course, I believe this would probably void your warranty, but of course you can always download, flash it back to your original firmware. In that case, you won't void your warranty. And I think there is um, the original firmware somewhere in here as well. Is over here. So download plain vanilla firmware by clicking here. So always download this first as a backup, in case you want to, if you did something wrong, or you want to, change back to your stock firmware, just download this thing and you're all set. So anyway, this is how you do it. Feel free to leave any question in the comment section. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.